Hello there, and welcome to possibly the final episode of my Diablo 4 hardcore playthrough. This might well just be some cutscenes and me discussing what I thought of the game, because I'm not sure there's much in terms of gameplay left. I think we literally, yeah, we just have to go up to the vault, and that is it. So, I mean, I don't know what else there's going to be here. I'm hoping that there won't be any, like, last minute I'm going to one-shot you things, but only one way to find out, and that is to disassemble all of the gear that I have that I'm not using.
Good salvage that.
Yep. Disassemble that. Yeah, you know what, we'll just keep all of that for now. I've got a feeling we're not going to get much of value, so...
I know what I saw. She had horns like a beast. Strode right past where you stand.
Where am I going? Okay, this is where I am then.
A path of scales. This is what I saw in the reflections. We're close.
Huh, this is interesting.
I can save you from this, Mother. I promise. I can learn how to... You're going to leave me, aren't you? You'll find a place where I can be taken care of.
Okay.
Not what I expected. But let's not give up hope. I thought you'd know me better by now. I am my mother's daughter. Where there's a lead, there's a way. And I'll follow it to the end.
No
The parchment is...
But that letter wasn't here before. She must have left it.
Excellent. The parchment is covered in heraldic runes beyond your comprehension. Okay. So we need to now go to Firebreak Manor. We can do that from here, I think. So yeah, I'm wondering how they're going to handle this. I don't know, like, how this is going to end. I'm wondering if maybe she'll disappear and it'll set up for the DLC or something.
Why do I only hear one set of footsteps?
Because if I had two, I would be a Minotaur. Okay. Wait, what was that trophy I just earned? I earned a bronze trophy, which I don't think is completing the game. He looks so sad. Moo.
I spent a lot of time learning this code. So I hope you remember how to read it, Lorath. Because you are the last Horadrim now. My mother would have wanted me to stay with you. She believed the Horadrim had all the answers. I don't know if she'd recognize this person I'm becoming.
Okay.
It's hard for me to think about her right now. But then I remember you and Donan. You weren't all-knowing Horadrim.
I really don't think she thought this through.
You were uncertain. But you were always true friends. That's what I hold on to. Because there is so much further to go. Your imperfection gave me hope. And we will need it to face what comes next.
I guess maybe he's like protecting her so the stone doesn't get shattered or something, maybe?
And his brothers.
Like killing him with it or something? Perhaps? Because otherwise he would have taken it, right? If that's how it works, I don't know.
How much time I have. But there has to be a better answer. And I have to find it. Alone. I know you want to go with me. But people have already died because I was not careful enough. I can't risk you too.
Damn.
If I've misjudged, the world is going to need you to survive. And clean up the mistakes I leave behind.
They've literally just started drilling again. What are they drilling for now?
I don't want to hear this.
My
but
neighbours.
You don't get to quit.
Absolute weirdos.
Not again.
So it seems to be like an open ending, I guess, which makes a lot of sense.
Lorath. Because if everything works out as I am hoping, we will never see each other again.
Damn, that was pretty good. Okay, wow. All right, so we've like hit the point now. We're done. So yeah, I guess once the credits fly through, I'll give what my opinions are of the basic game. So I've played a fair bit in the Eternal Realm as well, not just in hardcore mode. I've tried all the classes. And of course they're drilling again right now, which is really great. I hope you can't hear that. Man, I can hear it. That's really frustrating. But yeah, I've really serious. Okay, I'm just going to pause the recording because to me this is really loud. So like, I can't do a sort of an outro until they stop, basically. Unless, okay, maybe we're good. Okay, so yeah, I've really enjoyed playing hardcore mode. I will say I don't think I would want to do it again. I think like I've done it as like sort of like a test to myself just to see if I can do it, and yeah, it's doable. I will say it doesn't encourage much experimentation is the one thing that I will say. Like, I sort of just found the build that worked for me with the sorcerer, and I just stuck to it like glue. I didn't change at all. Whereas I feel like when I'm playing with my Eternal Realm characters, I have a lot more freedom, and like it doesn't matter obviously if I die, so if a build doesn't work out, then I can just go back to the drawing board and try it again. So yeah, hardcore specifically, I don't think is for me. But I have enjoyed it. I do understand why people like it. It adds a sense of tension that you don't get elsewhere. And yeah. Okay, so now to talk about the actual game, like what I actually thought of like everything that was in it. So we'll start with the story. I think the story is actually excellent. I think it got off to a slow start. Wasn't really to my tastes to begin with. I sort of lost interest a little bit in Act 1. And maybe a little in Act 2 as well. I mean, Donan's story was kind of a bit hit and miss for me. But it really started to pick up at, I would say, probably like the halfway point. And it thoroughly hooked me in, like right up until the final boss battle, really. And I'm very curious to know where they take it next with any potential DLCs, assuming they are going to actually carry on with the story rather than like do something completely separate. Yeah, like the story was just great. I thought the story was really fun. Next up, I guess, general game design. So we'll talk about the cutscenes, I guess, to begin with. Like the cutscenes that were done in-game, not the cinematic ones. Like the cinematic ones were beautiful. The in-game cutscenes, the way that they did some of them was just perfect. It was so good. Like they managed to mix that isometric perspective and sometimes swing the camera down so you get a little bit of a better idea of what the dimensions of the world are around you. Just like, especially the opening cutscene, I will say, like at the very beginning where you go to that town and they get you drunk and then they try and like destroy you basically and convert you to Lilith's ways. That was such an effective cutscene. It was so good. It's burned into my brain. And they did so well. And I think it's kind of a shame they didn't do a few more cutscenes a bit like that. Because that cutscene was like super like unique in comparison to a lot of the others. It seems as though the camera was a bit more static in some of the later ones, which like, I mean, again, they swung it back around again to be a little bit more epic towards the end, but like, for the most part, it fell into a bit of a predictable pattern after a while. There wasn't anything quite as good as that first cutscene. But still, I would say very inventive, very, very, very cool to watch and play through. Next up is the looter aspect. I guess we'll talk about gameplay-wise, like game design-wise. I literally don't understand still why games can't get looters right, and Diablo is closer than some. It's still not there, though, in my opinion. There's like, I mean, until you hit level 100, everything is just disposable, it seems. And I mean, I sort of found a build a bit towards the end of this playthrough, but it's only because I refused to up the world tier. If I had have upped the world tier, there would have been a whole new dimension of gear to go through again. And I've heard that the gear grind and the level grind is atrocious in the late game, and I just want no part of it. Because that part of the game at the beginning, where you're just throwing things away and dismantling things willy-nilly, it's so frustrating, and it just feels like busy work. I want to be making like actual meaningful decisions, and like, I think everything that I pick up should be useful. Like, even if it's not what I want, there should be a use for it. Whereas like, you know, this is just like, oh, you sell it or you turn it into materials, which you use to upgrade gear, but then why would you want to upgrade most of the gear? Like, the only reason I did it was because I was playing in hardcore. Like, that's it. I literally was just trying to min-max. Well, I say min-max, I wasn't really min-maxing, but I was just trying to give myself a bit of an edge over whatever I was facing. But like, in the Eternal Realm, I don't ever see the point in upgrading until I hit max level. There's just no point in it. It just seems like a waste of resources. Because you're just going to be throwing the gear away, like, if not within 5 minutes, definitely within the hour. Like, and yeah, this is something that every looter just doesn't quite get right, in my opinion. Like, I think Outriders, again, I always mention Outriders when I talk about looters. I think that one was like the closest I've ever played to having a system that actually like feels good, because it's only until the very, very end game that you start to notice you're just throwing things away for no reason. But like, all the way through that game, you were like getting perks off of your gear so that you could put it on other bits of gear, or you were getting transmogs off of your gear, and it would be like right up until the credits roll, basically, you'd be doing that. Whereas with this one, that kind of like, even the transmog side of things just slows down so quickly, and you wind up just not really finding all that much. Yeah, I don't know. In terms of that aspect, like, I don't really think design-wise the looter aspect has really still been done well. The one thing I will say that Diablo does do better is it does make killing things and picking things up feel satisfying. Like, when a legendary drops, even if it's a pile of crap, it actually still feels good to see it drop and to pick it up. which is very strange because like that take that ring for example that I got at the end. It was a new rarity, and I was like, oh my god, that's really cool, that's amazing. And I mean, looking at the ring, it's like nothing. It's literally nothing. I'll have that replaced probably like within the hour. But there is something. Diablo is obviously doing something right, whether it's in its audio design when the loot drops, or whether it's the visuals, or a combination of all of it. It definitely makes you hunger for more, which is odd considering, you know, like on a base level, I understand that everything I'm picking up is completely worthless. It's very strange. But yeah, there's definitely something there that they've hit upon, that they are doing better than a lot of other looters. Next up, I guess, just moment-to-moment gameplay, the actual act of fighting stuff. I will say that this one is a little bit of a mixed bag. I think some classes feel very, very engaging and very, very fun to play. I mean, even my Sorcerer class, with my Fire Hydra build, it was quite sort of switch off and play for the most part. Obviously, the fact I was in Hardcore added a little bit of intensity to it. I think if I was in the Eternal Realm, I would probably have been a little bit more relaxed and maybe even a bit lethargic playing it, though. And I will say, like, when you take something like the Rogue and you compare the Rogue to the Sorcerer, obviously they feel different because they're different classes, but in terms of, like, actual player engagement, the Rogue is so much more engaging. Like, you have so much more to think about, I find, with the Rogue. Like, your positioning is just so crucial, and there are so many ways that you can reposition. Whereas with the Sorcerer, it's like you have a couple of things you can do, and it's like you generally just rinse and repeat the same strategy over and over again, and there's not really any moment-to-moment decisions being made. It's just kind of like, okay, I just move out of the way of this, I move out of the way of this, and like I throw my Hydras down, they do the work for me. But yeah, like, other classes, like, they do feel a lot more engaging. I'd say I've started to switch off a bit with my Barbarian, and it might just be my build. I might change my build up a little bit with my Barbarian, try out some other stuff. I think that's the one that I'm going to complete my Eternal Realm run with, my Barbarian, so that way when the seasons come out, I can create a Druid on the seasonal thing and go through it with the Druid and properly go in depth with the Druid, because that's the one class I haven't fully gone into yet. And it looks so much fun, and the little bits I have played with it have been fun. But yeah, some attacks have more of an impact than others is the other thing I'm noticing. Like, taking the Barbarian, for example, there are some melee attacks that really feel quite weighty, and other melee attacks that feel just like nothing. And it's really weird. It's not like oh, the basic skills don't feel as heavy as the later cooldown skills. It's just like specific skills feel like slightly weird. And even though they're dealing damage, they just don't feel hefty. It's very odd. So yeah, I don't know, there's something to be done there. I don't quite know what, whether it's like it could even be an audio thing. Maybe the audio feedback is a bit weird. But yeah, there's moments with the gameplay that are a little bit off. I would have liked for maybe the gear to create a little bit more uniqueness with builds as well. Like, for example, like the Sorcerer, obviously I got that thing that gave me an extra Hydra, which obviously made it so my Hydra playstyle was a lot more doable. But it didn't really change up what I was doing. It just made it a bit stronger. There wasn't really much evolution. Once I had that build down, it was just like, okay, cool, just do everything I can to min-max that build to the best of my ability with the limited time, obviously. Yeah, I don't know, there just was no evolution to it. Like, I mean, if I had been playing in the Eternal Realm, I probably would have just changed my build up just to try something different, but I obviously didn't want to risk losing the entire game's worth of progress. So I didn't, and it's obviously became it was still fun right up to the end. It's just like, I don't know, it was starting to get a little bit lethargic, and it was becoming quite difficult to focus outside of the big boss battles. You probably noticed a little bit towards the end, I was just sort of standing in some of the enemy attacks and just not evading them for like the smaller mobs. because I was just like, oh, like, you know, my fire will probably give me enough healing to just sustain through everything. But yeah, that's not always what you want. It's nice that you can switch off and play, but it's not when you sort of unintentionally switch off and play. Like I don't like that. But heyo. I'm curious to know what the end game's like, because as a lot of people have said, like, the end game is like, you know, where it's at, that's what you need to be sort of striving for and things like that. But from everything I've heard from my friend, it sounds just horribly grindy. I mean, he was saying to me he'd played for like half a day and he'd gone up like 2 levels or something, and I was just like, eh. I was like, I don't want any part of that. Like, no way. Like, I'd have to be, like, really bored to be doing that. But, like, I don't know. Maybe something in Endgame really pops and it, like, catches me by surprise and I love it. And if that's the case, maybe I'll update what I've said here. But it doesn't sound like I'm going to enjoy it too much. What's next? I guess visual design. The visual design is pretty simple. It's brilliant. I think, like, the aesthetic of this game is, like, spot on, and the people that designed this, absolutely, like, spot on every step of the way. I will say, like, even the unpaid cosmetics, like the transmogs and stuff, all the different armor sets, they look amazing. They're so well designed. Even the most simple ones are just brilliant. Obviously, we'll touch a bit more on cosmetics in a minute because it's one of the negatives, but, like, yeah, for what you actually get in the game, it's good. It's very, very good. And I would say it's fair to say that, like, I don't feel compelled to buy anything from Diablo's store because the game gives you so much visual variety just in its base game, which... I know I'm saying this like it's like, oh my god, that's amazing, and I know that is what they should be doing anyways, because the game is, you know, it's 60 quid. Like, that's, you know, you expect to have a good amount of choice for 60 quid. But, like, nonetheless, it is there. That is good. You know, a lot of games don't do that these days. And it deserves a mention. It's not necessarily something I'm going to praise them for, because it, you know, for 60 quid it should be in there, but, like, it's worth mentioning that it is there, and it is a good thing, and it is a positive. But yeah, enemy design, like, so frigging, like, visually, like, so awesome. Really, really awesome. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more variety in how the gameplay worked with some of the enemies. Maybe a few more, like, things that enemies can do. Like, because obviously you've got, like, the different archetypes, specials, like wallers and teleporters and things like that. I would have liked to have seen them expand upon that, and I mean, maybe they do in the end game, I don't know. But yeah, I would have liked to have seen a bit more variety in that, just to sort of make that a little bit more engaging. I've gone back to gameplay again now. I'm not very... I haven't planned this, as you can probably tell. This is just me talking out of my butt whilst the credits roll. Anyways, yes, visual design on the enemies, all very good. Visual design on most of the main characters, really, really, really good. There's a couple of characters that look a little bit just like NPCs, like generic NPCs as opposed to, like, main characters. Like, I think characters like, you know, Donan, Lorath, Narelle, so on and so forth, the main ones are all, like, really good. They're really well modelled. But there is the odd NPC-looking MF that shows up in the odd cutscene. A good example is there's a guy with a beard in the scene right at the beginning where they kill that priest in the church, and he looks just like a video game character. He looks like someone's just gotten out of, like, a 2005 character creator and just plopped this dude down in the world. And there's a fair bit of that, like, about the place. That's not to say that, like, the character models aren't good or anything. It's just when you compare them to the main cast, it's quite jarring. But nonetheless, like, generally, like, the aesthetic is really good. They did do a really good job of creating what feels like quite a lived-in world. I think the addition of having, like, online players as well as some NPC hunters and stuff around has really sort of brought the world a bit more to life as well. So that's really nice. The environments were absolutely stunning. I will say, like, sort of like there's a swampy and foresty area, like I think it's Skosglen, and also the fifth area or fourth area, I can't remember. Are both just kind of like swampy looking, foresty-ish, kind of marshy areas. But it's okay. It's fine. Like there was enough differences that I wasn't like annoyed by it. It was just something I sort of noticed. I was sort of like, it's kind of similar. What else? What else? What else? What else? I guess we have to talk about the microtransactions. This has probably been mentioned so many times online already by a million and one people, but the cosmetic store is just so bad. It's like they're not even selling a good variety of cosmetics. It's like they're bad. Like, I mean, they're not, like, obviously the costumes are fine. Like they're well made and stuff, and they bloody well should be, because they're charging like an insane amount of money for them. Like the money to get a costume in an asymmetric looter is just bonkers. Like I would never even consider buying anything from the store. It doesn't matter how cool it is, because that price point is just stupid. It's so stupid. And like, I'm not the kind of person who's opposed to microtransactions completely, by the way. I really am not. I buy stuff in Genshin every once in a while. I'm probably going to buy stuff in Tower of Fantasy. Is that game that's coming out soon? I'm probably going to buy stuff in that. But like this is unreal. Like whoever decided on the price points for this stuff sucks. Like it's the worst. It's like I can't even. It's bad, and the cosmetics just aren't varied enough. Like they've had the same like 5 or so outfits for each class in the store since launch, and it doesn't look as though they're like adding stuff at any real pace. I mean, I guess there'll probably be a bunch of stuff added with the Season 1 patch, but we'll see what that looks like, and we'll also see if they adjust the price point at all. Because if they were to cut the price point in half, I would still say it's egregious, but it's something that I would be a little bit more open to engaging with. Like, as it stands at the moment, I am literally never buying anything from that store, ever. And considering I like the game, I actually do like the game, and I do want to support the game, for me to then say I'm not going to buy any of these cosmetics because the price point is bloody terrible, like, that really is saying something. Because generally, if I really like a game, I will support it as much as I can, but I am absolutely not willing to like go to that length for what they're offering in the store here. It's bad. I guess whilst we're on negatives, I might as well talk about a few other negatives. I'll try and end it like a compliment sandwich. I'll do some good stuff at the end. Let's just check how long I've got left as well. Cool, we're fine. Some more negatives. Character customization in terms of the character create. I know this is only a small thing because it's it's an asymmetric game. You can put a hat on if you want. You don't have to look at your character's face. So on and so forth. Every excuse that you could possibly make to excuse the bad character customization. But the character customization sucks. It just does. I don't really enjoy playing as the druid for the most part. Why? Because I can't change my body type, and I'm a skinny dude. I'm a really skinny dude. So like, the only class that really actually even loosely resembles me are the sorcerers and the necromancers. Like every other character class, I just like visually, I have no identification with them at all. And the fact that I can't just create like a skinny druid, I don't know, real weird. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Even if they had to do some like cheap like voice alteration to the main character to make it sound a bit more believable, kind of thing, like just pitching their voice up or whatever so that they don't sound stupidly deep voiced and husky. Like anything would have been better than what they've done. And I really don't like how they've done that at all. I mean, given that your character doesn't really say anything all that complicated throughout the story as well, please don't get me wrong, the main character voice actors are good. They are very good. It's just that your main character doesn't say a lot, and I think that they could have just done a silent protagonist perfectly fine. And that would have made changing body type and things like that a lot more simple. Whilst we're talking about customization, like not being able to change your hair like after leaving the character customization screen, but you can change your tattoos. That's very weird. I don't really understand that decision. Really odd. I also think like the amount of colors and things like that that you can have are very limited as well. It's just in general, character customization was a real bleh. Hairstyles as well. Like, I mean, I wasn't going to mention it because I always mention hairstyles in every character create video I've ever done, because hairstyles are a big deal to me. Because I love having like, I don't know, I just think like that's something that makes your character like super defined to have like a unique hairstyle, and like the hairstyles on offer here are all kind of crap. And that goes for like almost all the classes. I think the Barbarian has a couple of cool ones, but like again, Barbarian is like this huge muscly dude that it's just not me. Yeah, I would like to see them add more freedom to that, especially if this game is going to be a bit more live servicey. I feel like it's the kind of thing maybe they could look into. I don't know whether there'll be enough of an outcry for it or whatever, but I don't know, it'd be cool if they did it. It would be really cool if they did it. What else? I think I should be able to skip the campaign with my Eternal Realm characters and be ready to go with the season in non-hardcore, because I've completed it in hardcore. I think hardcore should just count for everything. Like, I don't want to now have to go through again, complete the game again, so that I can play the season in non-hardcore mode. Because I don't want to play in hardcore mode, because it's too stressful. It's way too stressful. And, you know, my characters feel so impermanent. Like, if I make a single mistake, I'm just gone. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking in terms of, like, that. I think there's a ton of other like little quality of life things that they could add as well. I think the ability to unsocket gems from your gear whilst you're on the road should maybe be more of a thing. I don't like having to go back to town to do that every single time. Enchanting as well, I'd like for there to be a way to do that out on the road. Like, just having to go back to town all the time to like do all this stuff is kind of irritating, and I don't really enjoy it very much. Like, I would almost say same for inventory management. I know this has always been a thing in Diablo, like, you know, all of these things have always been a thing in Diablo, and I'm just sort of being like, well, they should change it, and I think they should change it. Like, you know, just because it was like it in the old games doesn't mean it should be like it going forwards. I think they should, like, streamline a lot of this stuff. Like, it would just make the game a little bit more fun. What else? I'm sure there's more stuff that's negative. There's got to be something really obvious, right? That I'm missing. I don't really know. I mean, this one's kind of a personal one, but like, and I don't really think it can be considered a true negative. It's more of just like an opinion, I guess. And yeah, no, it's very specific to me. None of the classes in the game are really what I'm after. I like them all. I think they're all very good choices, but none of them are really like what I was like going for. So I don't really know. I don't know what I would want. Maybe I'd like to quite like see the monk again. The monk was a really cool class. Maybe. I'm not too sure. A lot of people have been saying Templar might be quite likely to be one of the ones they patch in. I quite like the idea of the Vampire Knight, the one that like the Blood Knight even, that they've just patched into Immortal. That was like a really, really good decision. Like, it's a really cool sounding class. It's a shame it was in Diablo Immortal. I still don't understand the want to play that game. I really don't. But yeah. Yeah, like new classes, and I'm hoping that maybe, again, because this is a bit more live servicey, maybe they will add a few more than they have done in previous games. Because obviously in previous games they added one, right? It was like one every time. I think it was like the Necromancer got added into Diablo 3. I can't remember if they added anything into 2, but yeah, it'd be nice to see them add some more stuff. And they've certainly got the groundwork to be able to do that. I mean, they could literally just look at the characters that were in the previous games and port over almost a lot of the moves. But yeah, that would be nice to see. Okay, I said I was going to make this a compliment sandwich, so I'm going to end it with overall. Overall, this game is brilliant. I have had such a good friggin' time with Diablo 4. I thought that when I died in hardcore mode, I was just going to call it. But you know what? I enjoyed it so damn much, I made another, like, 4 hardcore characters to try and get to the end. And I've been playing in the Eternal Realm on the side. And that says a lot. Like, that's a lot of Diablo. I've put way too much time into this game. And I am still eager to play more. I actually am really looking forward to playing more. And that says a lot. Usually when the credits roll on a game, I'm, like, done with it. But I want to go through with every character. I want to, like, complete the game with every single class. I just want to experience it all. I want to experience the end game, even though I've heard it's grindy. I do want to see what there is to offer. If it's too grindy, I might not make it to 100, but, like, I still want to play it, and that is saying something. And I'm also playing it in co-op as well, which is another thing I will add, actually. So I account share on a different PlayStation, on my girlfriend's PlayStation, and we've been playing in co-op. And because all of this is online, all of my characters are just waiting for me on her console. Which is just, it's a small thing, but it's huge, it's so good. Like, I can literally just go play my Barbarian in co-op with her, on her PlayStation, and we can do same screen co-op in the same room. And it's just like, it's so much more fun, like, just to be able to play how I want. You know, obviously if I want to wander off and do my own thing, I can come back into this room and play on my console. But, like, yeah, amazing. Really, really, really good. What else? Yeah, no, just generally, this is one of the best games I've played so far this year, and I there's a couple that might dethrone it, but as of right now, I think this might be the best thing that I have played so far this year. So, I'm quite hopeful for Remnant 2, and I'm also quite hopeful for Tower of Fantasy as well. Maybe a bit less so Tower of Fantasy, but Remnant 2 definitely. But yes, as of right now, this is definitely my game of the year. Damn, I've just said that, huh? That was a big claim. No, yeah, I think it's fair. I mean, I can't just say Apex Legends, can I? Because I've been playing Apex Legends for freaking years. But yeah, okay. Well, we're going to exit the credits now, and we're going to see what we've got here. Okay. Lilith has been defeated, but there is still much to do. Level up to take on new challenges across the continent. Complete Whispers of the Dead, participate in Helltide, and challenge yourself in Nightmare Dungeons to gain valuable items and crafting materials to progress your character. Continue unlocking world tiers to gain access to more features and powerful items. When you are strong enough, face the Echo of Lilith in the final world tier. Interesting. Very interesting. So have I gotten my trophy? Like, is that a thing that I've gotten? Let's talk to Lorath real quick. Epilogue. Okay, yeah, epilogue. We need to epilogue. Are we going to look for Narelle?
I wish we could. She's out there with a prime evil, but we've been instructed not to follow. Wouldn't even know where to start searching if we did. So, until we know more, we'll have to wait.
I can't just sit idly by, waiting for word.
No? Then what are you gonna do? Go after her against her will?
No. You're right about Narelle, friend. But there's still work to be done in Sanctuary. I'm going to the Tree of Whispers.
Why would you do that?
Because it might be our only ally left. And we may soon need allies more than ever.
Fine. Go see the tree. But be very careful.
Okay. Right. We're not going to do any bonus dialogue. We are going to quickly go and see the tree, though. Meow. Because I do want to see this story through to its conclusion on the channel. We probably won't do too much endgame stuff. But, okay, we've got merchants here now. Awesome, okay. This is like a place to be now. That's fun. Hello, Tree of Whispers. Whisperers.
Welcome, Savior.
Hello, Elias.
You've stopped Lilith, freed Sanctuary of its supposed shackles. I'm sure it's everything you were hoping for.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you. He's such a sweetheart.
Shut up, Rex! Always so talkative, new flesh.
Wanderer, why are you here? Come to strike a deal?
Maybe.
My head stays where it is. I'm simply looking for an ally.
Ally? We might be able to form an arrangement. If it's not too beneath you.
Cool.
Debts need to be fulfilled. You could claim them.
Yes, sir.
Yes, claim their debts. In exchange, we will provide you with power, wealth, whatever it is you desire. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Meanwhile, you will be the force of good, curing Sanctuary of its ailments.
Far away in the broken city of Chaldeum, there are those indebted to us, demon and man alike. Slay them and claim their debts. The crow will do the rest.
Sweet. Wait, are we... Is that a... Okay, Whispers of the Dead. Icons on the map indicate where active whispers are. Only for an available... Sorry. Whispers and... What? Oh, and are only available for a limited amount of time. That was weirdly worded. Each whisper rewards a number of grim favors upon completion. You can track how many grim favors you have from the map. When the bar is full, return to the tree and claim your valuable cash. Sweet. Okay. Oh, wait, do I actually have to do it? Oh, okay. Maybe there'll be a little bit more of this game. Intriguing. Wait, hang on. How far away are they? What are we doing here? I'm a little, So we've got like a dungeon. Harvest venomous motes from enemies. Alright, let's just do stuff in the general area, maybe. We'll see what happens. If I can just collect 10, then... Woo! Okay, we're here. Right. Let's go out of here. We'll just kill some demons real quick. Hopefully. It's here, right? Yeah. Somewhere around here. So we just have to go kill some demons. Nothing too crazy. Maybe this one will have to be edited. Not really looking forward to that. Okay, it's like 100 things. Cool. 10. That'll be 11. There are going to be more of them.
Out of mana.
Ooh, okay, let's just do this real quick. Just going to flamethrower.
I'm not ready
No,
yet.
no. I nearly died. Can you absolutely believe that? I guess I can. Iron Wolf Sword. The weapon of a wolf. Okay. Oh, there's more. Oh my god, I need so many. It's the Balrog. He's dead. So, like, are there just more of them? Yeah, I think there are. Oh, maybe not. Oh, okay, there's like more. There are more. Okay. Oh. Okay. So we need more stuff. Oh, there's an event up here. We can do that. That sounds fun. Right. Okay, okay. Let's do the event. Let's fucking do it.
The daughter of hatred demands blood.
Yeah. Okay, we're doing fine.
I need time to do that.
I think I failed. Okay, we did 100. Gloves, please. Come on. Okay. Well, we did do that. So what did that get us? That got us 1. Jesus, that's not good. We need way more. How can we... Hey! So there should be more knights, is the thing. I don't really know what I'm doing, to be honest with you. This is a bit, something. What I might do is... I'm not too sure just yet. I mean... Oh, I guess we offer them to this. Cool. What am I looking at right now? I hate them. I hate them. Okay, cool. We're going there.
I need more time.
I need time to do that.
Okay. Okay, we did that. What was that? That was 3. Oh, the rest dungeons. Well, that's not good. Is there not like... Hang on, what else can I do here? No. So have I gotten the trophy? I don't... Hang on, let's... I'm just going to check my trophy list, maybe. What does it say? Check my progress. Trophies. What we got? What we got? What we got? Okay, we're back at this place now. I haven't explored everything. I haven't defeated Uber Lilith. I haven't killed a world boss. I haven't upgraded my potion. Okay, have we done it? Is that it? I think we've done it. Okay. I have indeed done it. Okay, all of this was pointless. I might edit this. I don't know. Okay, we kind of get the grasp of what that is going to be, I guess, the Tree of Whispers thing. And yeah, I think this will do it for the hardcore playthrough of Diablo, to be honest with you. So, I mean, it looks like you just complete dungeons and stuff, and you get extra favors, and then I'm guessing you get uber powerful gear. There's obviously world bosses out there. I've seen a few videos of them on YouTube. They look humongous and scary, and you have like full teams with you as well when you do it, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I think we are at an end. This has been a lot of fun. I look forward to playing more in my own time, but for the channel, I think this is it for now. I might check in with some seasonal content, possibly. Haven't decided yet. If I don't, then I don't. But hey-o. Yeah, thank you very much for watching this series. I will catch you in the next one. Farewell.